Hello, what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Happy Monday, wherever you may be tuning in from. I thank you for allowing me into your bedroom, your cell phone, your iPad, your living room, wherever it may be. I appreciate the time that we get to spend together on this lovely Monday morning for me. Got a spam call here. All right. Sorry, lost my train of thought, but it is a wonderful day. I just sent a picture in the Discord too. So I ordered a pumpkin spice latte before the stream started. Guess how much that cost? $7.37. 737. It was meant to be. We're back at it. I love the 737. This is the 737-600. We're going retro old school. I know Qantas didn't fly 600s, but just pretend it's a 300 or a 500. I don't know if they had 500. I know they had 300s. Pretend it's a 300 straight wing juice, and I've got the displays all set up to be kind of like that old school round gauge setup, but it is still technically a glass cockpit. Pretty unique setup. I really enjoy what PMDG has done with the 737. I don't think I fly it enough on this channel, mostly because I'm not typed on the 7.3, so it's kind of like, yeah, I can fly it, I can get A to B, but there's not really a lot of opportunity for me to teach when I'm flying the 737. But with that said, doesn't mean it's not a good aircraft. I absolutely love it. Performance is great, sounds are great, and I think we're going to have a good day today. So thank you all for tuning in. Lauren, good to see you. Schmacken 710, Fly to Live, Kyle Lewis, Matthew F. Scott is in the house, Crimson Ghost, Canadian Sim Guy, V2 plus 10, good to see you. Fubar, always a pleasure with those wings, looking good, sir. McCollin is here. Thrust Set, good to see you. Fly to Live, Gary Stewart, Robinson J. Santana, Schmacken, I already said that. 2 shout-outs for Schmacken. Digital Merc, good to see you. Let's see, who else we got here? Jeremy Weaver, Carl Warren, David Isaac, Lolar Pilot, Delta Tango Throttle, Hold at 60 knots. We got that coming up today, coming at you here in just a few minutes. Delta Tango 529, Hunter Earl, and many more. Ron Hastings, there he is, the Irish lad himself. Good to see you, my friend. Zippy Zapple, Green Dot Aviation himself is here. Good to see you, Zippy. All right, let's get this show on the road, shall we? We're going back to Sydney in the 737 Qantas. Is this an A318? It looks like it, right? 737-600. Lawrence said they only had 400. Okay, even better. So this is even closer to the 400. I think the 400 was, I think this is almost the same length as a 400. I think it's only a few feet difference, right? So this is basically a 737-400. So it's not too far-fetched, but I absolutely love it. I think, real quick before we jump into the cockpit here, this 737, everything that PMDG's done with their release, I mean, the ability to customize it with the total different amounts of customization, all the different things you can do with the display layout and everything, and then the variants, like this 600 is what? I think it's less than $40 US. It's like $30-something, right, for the 600. This thing is such a good price for what you get, and it is a little rocket ship. It reminds me a lot of the 319, in some aspects even better performing than the 319 for sure. I don't know, that'd be a good stat to look up. We need to figure out the length of a 600 and a A319. I'm curious. I think the 319 is longer than the 600. I'm pretty sure. This looks pretty darn short. 400 is the classic 800. Okay, good deal. So they did have the 73400. Thank you. V1 is the 737 Master. Fireflyer, well, I am typed on the Airbus, so that does qualify me to be a 737 expert, if you ask around the YouTubes. Fireflyer, good to see you, man. Already getting me in trouble. Shout out to you. Thanks for the 9 months of support, my friend. All right, 736 is GOAT, Naked Wings, and Janet Ops. I do love the wingless wings are amazing. Absolutely love it. 319 is 111. 736 is 102. Wow. So it's 9 feet longer. Wow. So this is actually 9 feet shorter. That's actually pretty, less than 10 feet, but that's pretty significant. Anyway, here we go. Take off like a rocket. Yes, it is. It's going to take off like a rocket. I've got everything ready to go here. Let's just go ahead and get the battery switch on. I got the sounds up. Please enjoy the sound set because I absolutely love it. We'll go emergency exit lights on. Now, the one thing I did not do is do the... Oh, I'll tell you what. Because don't you have to do... Oh, this is one thing I forgot to do. Stairs. I was wondering if I can just get the GPU. Ground power. Connecting. We're sitting here burning batteries until we get her to ground power. There it is. Ground power. There we go. Beautiful. We're powering up. Wrong Side Sim. Good to see you, man. Hey, I was just going to text you. I was going to say, hey, where are you going, man? Where are we going next month? Wrong Side. Good to see you. Says, V1, been a minute. Drop in and say, hey, finish up some lunch and headed to work. Make sure you send me your October schedule. Yes, Wrong Side Sim. So what do you want to do, man? Do you want, like, number one, do I have to go in and out of Orlando? Number two, are you going for a turn? Because open time just opened up for us today, so I'm trying to swap some things around. I got a couple of San Juans, but I really don't want to do San Juan because it's freaking long, dude. Boston, San Juan, Newark, San Juan, like, ugh. I don't want to do any of that nonsense. But I will send you a picture once the open time chaos goes by the wayside. It's going to be today. I got a lot of turns next month. Any notables? I got some good LA trips. I don't know if you want to go out to LA, man, but I got some good LA overnights. I'm trying to get the wife to go with me at the end of next month. I've got a pretty sweet LA trip coming up. It's like one leg there, one leg back. Long overnight, long stay. But we'll be in touch, Wrong Side. We got to get together, man. It's got to happen this month. No more excuses, or else I'm going to resign. I'm going to go. I'm just going to go to a different airline because you don't love me. All right, here we go. I flew the 600 from Gatwick to Manchester in the sim yesterday. Spent more time prepping and boarding than I was in the air. Matthew F. Sounds about right, man. Sounds about right. Water, what happened to your sim, man? Oh, look at those views. Okay, let's go ahead and do a little bit of an overhead flow. I really don't have any specific way. I'm just going to start at the top, go down. We'll get those in the nav. Turn the yaw damper on. It's not going to come on. We don't need... Oh, it automatically turns off. That's right, we're NG, so we'll leave that off, I guess. Fuel tank pumps, we don't need any of those for right now. We don't need anything here. We're on ground power. Galley power is on for the coffees. I guess we could put this or just leave it on the ground power there. Let's see. Chimes will go on. Seatbelts off. That's fine. Logo lights on. Chickstick logo lights. Everything looks good. Our flight altitude, believe it or not, if they filed us at 39, screw it. Let's go to 390. We're in a 736. 390 is set, and negative 200 here for the land altitude is set. We're in auto. That looks good. Hydraulics are normal. Isolate, ventilate. Everything looks good on the overhead there. Let's go ahead and get the panel up to brightness. I'll meet you wherever and just pick up wherever you are in your trip. Even down to overnight, too. Just do whatever you like in your schedule. I'll join for the ride. Wrong Side. Sounds good, man. All right, good deal. Sounds good. I'll let you know, dude. I'll let you know. Okay, we got that down here. Let's come over here. Let's go FMC. Let's go pause initialization. A couple things I picked up here from the old Flight Deck to Sim. I guess I shouldn't be calling him old. Mr. Flight Deck to Sim, the instructor himself. Picked up some things from his teachings. So we're going from Y Mike Lima. I gotta say, Australia, you guys have nailed your ICAO codes. I love it. YMML, YSSY. Love it. Okay, YML. Okay, now for his depart tours, we're going to blast off of 27. I don't know what the winds are doing, but that's what we're planned at. Let's just set it up. For right now, we can adjust it as required. We're going to be on the docile 1. We'll go here, activate, we'll execute. Next page from docile, we're taking Yankee 5-9er to the Rivet intersection. RIVET. There, execute that. Was a point last summer. I kept doing V-Spirit San Juan turns. Nice, dude. Nice, Lauren. Sorry. Nice. Where were you flying from at San Juan turns? You know, Orlando San Juan's not bad, but I tell you what, I did Chicago San Juan. That is a long day. And then Newark to San Juan, typically we end up doing those over nighttime. And man, being out over the waters, airspace in the middle of the night during summertime, typically in a beat up 319 with crappy HF radios, it's just, you know, it adds to the gray hairs. I don't need that in my life, you know. Give me my Cleveland turn. Just trying to do a little Cleveland turn back. Oh, next month we've got these day trips. They have New Orleans turns out of Atlanta. It's like an hour and 45 minutes of block time for the day. So I'm trying to pick up as many of those as I can. That's going to be epic. Do we have any MSY plane spotters in the house? Rand Cooley, good to see you. Welcome to the stream. We're just getting fired up here. We're going to go ahead and select our arrival. Sydney arrivals 3-4 right on the Rivet. No, what arrival were we on? Scratch that. What arrival did we file here? We did file the Rivet 3. Okay, cool. I guess that would make sense. Rivet 3, execute. That is done. Beautiful. Route looks good. Let's go back to the initialization here. As far as cost index and all that stuff, I don't know. I think we're already preloaded, right? I can just do this. No, 0 fuel weight. I go like this. Reserves of 3. Cost index 55. We're going to have way more gas than normal. We're supposed to go to 390. That's going to go here. We'll execute. N1. No D-rate. Drag required after bow big. It's because we're going to be coming down like a banshee. We'll do flaps 5 for takeoff. CG is 18 for 6.8. Man, look at that. It's almost like we know what we're doing. Let's go GSX. Let's start the boarding process. You can hear it clicking away there. It's going to go ahead and do its thing. We'll get the APU fired up here in a little bit. All right. Fort Lauderdale, a lot, but some waters from Boston do work in Philly, too. All right, good deal. Yeah, Lauren, so the Lauderdale San Juan one, I did that on when I upgraded a captain, that was one of my routes I did with the Czech Airman, and we ended up having a flat tire because he supposedly did the walk around, and during pushback, the ground crew's like, hey, you guys got a flat tire.
Requested.
Looked over at the Czech Airman. Nope. Well, I didn't do the walk around. That's on you. So, needless to say, it was a little more of I had a little free pass in the back pocket in case I screwed something up. Lauderdale San Juan's not terrible, but man, you start going from Chicago, Detroit even. I've done Detroit, Boston. Ugh, it's a long day. I am not built like a long haul pilot. I'm just not. It beat up 319 crappy radios and more yellow in the cockpit due to the in-op stickers. Well, most of our in-op stickers are orange, but yeah, we do have a lot of orange in-ops. Efren says, I'm really curious, is your voice in the Flightbox 320 Neo Captain announcement? I don't know. I can neither confirm nor deny. Speaking of crappy 319s, literally just got an email as you were saying that. 2 319 be removed from the op specs. No, not 2 more. Wrong side. How many do we have left, dude? I haven't flown one. I don't know if I'm going to have a chance to fly one anymore, dude. I don't see them anymore up at this base up here. I feel like I don't see them. Nope, we're already on board for the crew boarding.
Passengers boarding starting.
Yeah, the Fort Lauderdale San Juan, not terrible out and back, not terrible. Man, I can't believe we're getting rid of that. I'm going to miss the 319s. Yeah, my airline, we are in the process of removing 319s, and it's unfortunate because as much of a pain as a 319 is to fly when they're not well maintained and just kind of beat up, I love them. I absolutely love the 319. I feel like more than any other airplane, when I sit in that cockpit and you suit up, when I say suit up, but like get your harnesses on, I just feel so connected to the 319. I don't know why. Don't know what it is. You get in a 321 Neo or a 320 Neo, it's just different, you know? Last I seen, there was like 19 left on the fleet list. Wow. I wonder if you love the 319, how you would feel about the 318. Zippy, I've never had an opportunity to fly a 318. I think the only airline, well, let's see, does Frontier still have 318s? Because didn't Frontier have A318s? I don't know if there's any more left. I don't think anybody's got them. A319 more responsive? A little bit, Brain Dead Logan. I mean, it's fly-by-wire, so it's relatively all the same, right? They're all the same flight control laws. However, they do react differently to the environments around them. So you could definitely say that it's more responsive. And more so, like, I just felt very comfortable in the 19 because I knew I could get up to 398, almost 40,000 feet, barring some crazy loading that unless you're going super heavy, super full load, a lot of extra gas, most of the time you're going to get above all the weather. If I have a descend down, I need to get down quick, I can get full speed brakes out. I can go 340 knots and just be coming down at 6,500 feet a minute. No problem. It was just, you could stop it on a dime. I mean, you can stop any Airbus on a dime, honestly. As much grief as I give the Airbus for the brake temps situation, because I feel like there's, like the Boeings, they don't have brake temp issues. They're like, oh, look at 300C. And I'm like, you can't have brake temperature issues if you don't have brake temperature gauges. But, with that aside, man, if you step on those brakes on the Airbus, it will stop. And the 319 even more so. I mean, you can make some serious, during COVID, repositioning aircraft around empty, 319 reposition flight empty with like 5,000 pounds of gas because you're going from Dallas, Fort Worth to Fort Worth Alliance Airport, which is literally 5 miles. I mean, it takes longer to taxi than your flight plan route. You can stop that. I felt like you could stop it in 1,000 feet. But, yeah, it's just as much grief as the 319s have given me, too, with stuff being broken. I've never been betrayed by a 319 that's always performed the way it's supposed to perform. Yeah, it's annoying to have broken stuff and in-op stuff, and especially as airlines, I would imagine this is true no matter where you work, but if your airline is retiring a specific type, those airplanes are not going to get the maintenance that they would if they were going to be remaining in service, right? So I've flown, I think the last 319 I flew, I told you guys about, it was just completely beat up. We had like 2 flight control computers out. We had push the talks out, just all the little stuff that you would normally see get fixed. They just don't fix it because they know it's being retired literally that month. So you end up flying some really busted birds around just to get them to the graveyard. There's only 6 318s flying in Europe right now. Oh, wow. Speedbird 1. Yeah, Speedbird 1 has it. Air France, Terrome are the last ones. Air France are going for 220s. Man, you know, that this is why I don't, this is another reason why I don't like the 220. The 220 program killed the A319neo program. It's just, you know, say what it is. I mean, without the 220 program, I think the 319s would have, and the 319 Neos especially, would have had a much longer life expectancy or life plan. Told us A318 to preserve 318. Is there a cabin crew announcement mod sound pack for the PMDG lineup? I do not know, Efren. I haven't messed with any sound sets for PMDG just because it's so awesome. Can't have break temp issues if you don't have break temp sets or shots fired. Exactly, Del Tango. Speedbirds 318s are gone too? Wow. Billy B16, good to see you. Hey V1, I'm torn between this or the 739. I already got the 738. Billy, well, I have this and the 739. I don't have the 738 because I think it's very mid. It's up to, I mean, Billy, it really depends on what you're looking to fly with. Like, I like the 600 because I can pretend it's a 400. I can pretend it's a 300 or a 500. I can pretend it's a classic short 7.3. But with that said, if you want to fly real 737-600 operations, you're going to be extremely limited. Like if that's important to you, having real-world operator routes and flying 737-600 routes, that's going to be very limiting. But with that said, it includes all the good stuff that PMDG brings to the table in their 738, their 739, has all the same features. So I'm offended that you called my favorite Boeing mid. Let's just be honest, man. 738 is totally mid. Totally mid. I mean, you got to go to the extreme. You either got to go 900 or 700 or 600. 8 is just right in the middle. It's like a 320. 320 is mid. All right, I think we can go ahead and fire up this Apu here. Let's go ahead and do left forward pump on, and we'll go like this. That's going to come on. Let's go ahead and take a listen to the sounds. Thanks, I really want the 733, so I might go over the 600. I can pretend. Billy, yes, you can. And if you look at my gauge display layout, you can make the gauges almost similar to, you know, those older classics. So, you know, don't just fly the standard NG gauges. Fly with the setup that I got for a challenge. 320 is mid, so the 320 captain. Hey, I call a spade, Froome. I'll tell it like it is, man. As a passenger standpoint, 320 family is far better than 73. I would agree. I think hands down, everything being equal, you know, like if you have the same setup of cabin, like say you have one first class and then all economy, hands down, the Airbus is going to win every time, I think. Now, I'm sure you can get some airlines out there that have more leg room, yada yada, and then, you know, maybe the 73 would be better than the Airbus as far as passenger comfort, but if all things being equal, the Airbus is just more comfortable. What runway? I got 3-4. Zippy Zapple, I have runway 27 in there. Runway 27 because I don't want to do the long taxi out. So speaking of that, the APU's up and running. Let's go ahead and squawk 2000 here. I got to remember how to do these little thingies. Here, 100, 200, 2000, and we'll go ahead and it's on transponder reporting. That looks good. We should be on 122.8. That is set there. Let's go ahead and get the APU on Gen. And that's off. We'll come down over here. We'll go previous page. Or release the ground power. That's done. Alright, with that being done, let's go ahead and get some APU air in here. We'll get the rest of our fuel tank pumps on too. We do have fuel in the center tank. Not really supposed to on this flight, but we do. Ooh, look at that Qantas over there. Then we got some air flowing. Love it. You know, I'm so glad PMDG released this into Microsoft, because now I never have to feel bad about wanting to get a 737 type rating, because I would not want to flying this airplane in the sim scratches my itch completely. I have no desire to want to fly a 73 in real life. You know, as opposed to when we fly the 330 Neo or A340 from Tolis, that makes me want to fly those airplanes in real life. PMDG 737, I got all I need to know. I don't have any desire to get type on it. Got to fly right back of the SIP. Got to fly right at the back of the 777. Oh, nice, Felix. 232 and very quiet. Oh yeah, for sure. It was loud near the exit rows. Most of the time, it's going to be your most amount of noise is going to be right there over the wings. The exit rows, that's where you're going to get most of the noise. Going to be the Dash 600. I need the straight link with no winglet. Billy B16. That I 100% agree. Right here for this view, right here. Let me bring it into the window for you. There you go. Straight winglet or straight wing, no winglet juice, right there. Flight deck. This sim is in shambles. You know, I mean, I would love. Well, I think he's. I mean, with his new job and everything, he's set up to do training on the 7.3. But if he got the opportunity to fly a 320 for one day in real life, I guarantee you, he would be like, that was really nice. Definitely much more comfortable. No, I love Flight Deck the Sim. I saw part of the stream on the ixeg, but I didn't get any, like, I was listening mostly on mute, and then the kids were screaming. Did he have anything to say about how it handled or the flight model or anything? Did he say it was pretty good? Because I would love to give the ixeg another shot. I really do. I'm just waiting until we get back to the U.S. and I can fly it over some Orbix and all that. I have a true soft spot in my heart for the ixeg 737. And I really so badly want it to be at its top potential. So I think when we get back to the States, we'll fly some ixeg stuff over some Orbix, make it look real good. Alright, sorry, I had to, still recovering from my, I don't know, COVID or cold or whatever it was. I'm a sucker for the older airliners. Yeah, you and me both, man. You and me both. Alright, let's go ahead and get ready for Pushback and Departure. And with that done, that's going to go there. We're going to go ahead and get those on. No! We'll go ahead and go 1, 2... 3, 4, and we'll go ahead and turn the packs off. That's open. We'll leave those set. We'll get that on there.
Hello, Captain. We're ready for pushback.
What's Southwest? Like A's on, B's off? Isn't that Southwest? Something like that? Will that still tick off? There we go. A's on, B's off? Something like that? I don't remember. You're a Texan, right? What's your favorite country music band? I do like Jason Aldean. I like Brantley Gilbert. I like most of, I don't know. I like a lot of the early 2000s, late 2000s country. Some of the new stuff is good, but you gotta really be... You gotta be, I don't know. There's some new stuff that I'm like, nah. Said it functioned the same as it did in X-Plane 11? No different. Okay. Yeah, I would really like to get into ixeg again, give it another fair shot. Honeycomb Bravo or Throttletek G737. You mean this 737 Throttletek G right there? Absolutely love it. Ah, that's a tough one. That is a tough one, Nicholas Bergen, because it depends on what you want to do. So, obviously, I've got a partnership with Throttletek. Ooh, my parking brake should have been set. I want to go nose left, tail right. Give me a second, I'll get right back to you.
Traffic Seabird 95 with Takeoff, taxiing via Tango, Alpha, and Kilo, runway 34.
Remove the wheel chocks.
All engines clear. Started well.
Alright, we're going to go ahead and push back and then we'll start. Listen, the Honeycomb Bravo is way more versatile in what you can do, right? You can, especially with Etsy mods and stuff, you can really turn that throttle into anything you want it to be. But let's say, for example, the 737 or the 737 family is your favorite airliner to fly on the sim, then you're going to be very happy with the Throttletek 737. So it really depends. I guess this should be up here. My flaps are lever is in the wrong spot. I don't know. It's hard to go. It's hard to pick against each other. Versatility, Honeycomb Bravo. If you want to fly 737 or any other twin-engine Boeing ops, you're gonna love the Throttletek G throttle because the range of motion is insane. Like, I mean, it's, I guess, real 737 throttle. It has a huge range of motion. Matthew Kelly, welcome back to Private Pilot. Glad to have you on board. All right, we're pushing back. Things are looking good. Let's go ahead and do a ground air. Let's go ahead and ground 2 on the pushback. And turning 2. What is this Boeing NG thing you speak of? I see a 1960s airliner. Sam F., good to see you, man. Yeah, I've got a little Boeing itch going on right now. I'm not going to lie. A little bit of a Boeing itch going on. But it's basically a 1960s airliner. Maybe that's why I like it. Matthew Kelly says, I would watch, but I'm head deep in work right now. I'll have to watch when I get off. But I love your channel, man. Keep the streams up. Just got the notification. Figured drop a comment. Matthew Kelly, well, I appreciate you stopping by, dropping a comment.
Please set parking brakes.
Brakes are set. Clear to disconnect. Get back to work, and we look forward to chatting with you again. Ryanair keeps all hydraulic pumps on. There's the click over and grounding 1. Dougal McTavish watching with dinner. Well, hope you're having a wonderful dinner, Dougal. Good evening. Give my best to Mrs. McTavish. Hope all is well.
Unlocking gear.
All right, let's go ahead and do light off from here. Watch this. I love this part. Oh, yeah. There's our light off. I've been enjoying the PMDG too. Almost forgot how to Airbus, but now we need to practice in the Phoenix, so I'm ready for when the IA's release. Yeah, I figure this is a good time to get our.
Right is clear.
I figure this is a good time to get our 737 itches in because once that IE drops, lights out. Grounding 1 sounds like a Boeing thing. Yep. We got way too much gas for this flight. 25-1. All right, there's our second engine start. So let's go here, here. Let's go flight or continuous. I always forget. Flight, flight. That's coming off. Wing, that can stay off. Well, that's in there. We're gonna go here. Isolate. Ventilate. Those are coming on. Everything looks good there. Let's go ahead and go Flight Director 1, Flight Director 2, 137 in the SPED. Let's go LNAV, VNAV off the ground because we're in an NG. We'll go RTO, flaps to the 5 position. Continuous, dang it. Alright, I'll go back and move them to continuous. Thank you. Great flap sounds on PMDG. Wonderful flap sounds. It does not beat a classic flap deployment, but PMDG nailed it as far as the sounds go on an NG flap deployment. Alright, I think everything looks good. Let's go ahead and turn on... Yeah, there we go. More juice in here while we got it. Yeah, we'll put this on the legs page. Alright, I think we're ready to go, right? Let's go brakes released. Takeoff config check. Knees and nuts. Taxi light on. Let's roll. Alright, we got to make our way to 27. Let's make sure we are on VATS in. Where are we? Melbourne traffic, Qantas 357, taxi runway 27, Melbourne. One of the only aircraft that does not need a sound pack. I agree. This and the Phoenix. This and the Phoenix, no sound pack required. That straight wing juice. If you haven't already, smash the like button down for straight wing Boeings. The only way a Boeing wing should be is straight wing.
Southbound traffic, speedbird, 95 with Eagle, lining up runway 34.
Speedbird. What do you guys think? Windows or no windows? It messes up my view. Oh yeah, fly-by-wire, of course. Forgive me, Boris. Definitely fly-by-wire. The engine spool up is much better in this takeoff config, and the 738 gets N1 to 45. Really? Well, I wonder if it has something to do with the hardware. So because I have a full range of motion, maybe it's different. Maybe. We're gonna make the first right here. We don't have an iPad obviously or EFB in this thing yet, which doesn't bother me necessarily. It will be nice to have one, but I don't want to deal with looking for charts. So we're just gonna go the old school way. We're going to pretend that we have our charts in our flight case, which is behind the seat, and we don't want to get it right now because we're already strapped in and we're taxiing out, so we're going to rely on the FO's charts. I don't know who would ever do that. Is there a Shamu livery? I believe there is. I'm pretty sure at this point now, looks like we need a little bit of taxi thrust here going uphill. With as long as the 7.3's been out, I'm pretty sure, I guess I shouldn't say that, but probably almost every livery that has any significance has probably been created by now. There's some great ones for the 737. The 600, 700, 800, 900, there are some great liveries out there. Even some retro liveries that, you know, aren't necessarily realistic to the model, but there's definitely some really nice livery jobs out there. BE 146, F20, oh, there you go, Winky, how could I forget? Yeah. F28 and 146 don't need sound packs. Basically, if you're in Microsoft, you really don't need sound packs, I think. Unless you're... let me rephrase. Microsoft jets and airliners, no sound packs required. X-Plane 11 and 12, you probably are going to need a sound pack, depending on what airplane you're in. Anybody got a wind check in Melbourne?
010, Speedbird 95 with go, we had 5 knots, north heading, about 280.
Thank you. Except the Leonardo, yes. How could I forget? The Leonardo definitely needs sound back. Throttle hold, this is, I got this on the Orbix pack. They had the Sydney pack, or the Australia package. So this came with Sydney, Melbourne, Adelaide, I believe were the 3. They all bundled them up. It's Orbix. I don't know who made it, though. I know I bought it with an Orbix bundle. Yes, Scotty, too. The windows on top, PMDG does not charge extra for that. Those are the eyebrow windows, which every single eyebrow window aircraft that I jump-seated in, the eyebrows were always stuffed full of checklists or passenger safety briefings because no one wants that sunlight. I think it was a good idea, but terrible execution on the design. I don't know if I've ever been in an eyebrow window cockpit and actually seen it, open. But trying to get the whole retro theme here, so yeah, we got the eyebrows up. It's about time for another runway 2 RNAV into Santos Dumont. Oh, Dougal. That was special. That was a very special moment when we were in the Goal 737 Santos Dumont RNAV approach. That was phenomenal. And good I mean, I guess I could leave the window frame in view there because it does have a good cabin. Just want to see if I can catch this guy rolling. Oh yeah, straight wings for the win. I just love that look. Absolutely love it. Harry, that PFD option is in the FMC. I'm trying to make it look as retro as possible. So it almost simulates a 6-pack. I mean, it doesn't almost. It does simulate a 6-pack. And my memory is clouded on this one, but I believe Southwest at one point had a few with a display similar to this. Was it similar or exactly the same? I can't remember. Oh, there goes that guy. I think Southwest actually had, whoa, nice little crosswind there. I gotta love a white windsock. A little bit of a wing dip there on that rotation. Got him on the crosswind. Okay. Southwest and United had him to Aviator. Nice. Yeah, so it's not totally unrealistic.
At least he probably remembered to retract the gear.
Oh. Wouldn't be the first time someone forgot. Cecil used to live there from 3 to 30 watching the north approach from your window. That's special, man. That's awesome. What a memory to have that. I will say taxiing with the tiller on the PMDG, a little bit not jittery, a little bit, I don't know. I think I'm spoiled. The F-28, Just Flight's F-28 tiller handling of the nose wheel is unmatched. It's the best in the game. Phoenix is pretty darn good too. Phoenix is pretty good. This one's not bad, but I can tell it's a little bit instantaneous. You know how it just kind of feels rigid. All right, let's line up and wait. Melbourne traffic 12357. We're going to line up and wait. Runway 27 Melbourne. All right, line up and wait. Let's go ahead and get the lights on. And those after the departing traffic. Good breakaway thrust simulation here. You see this? Very good. I like to see that. I think I'm just going to save this with the window frame. What do y'all think? Saved. I like that window frame in there. Oh yeah, we got to go position and strobes to on, right? It's a 3 position. Because why not make everything go the same direction for on? That'd be too simple. Got an email that our company is hiring King Air pilots for Alaska. I might have to make the jump. Hey, Fireflyer, if you do, man, hit me up. I can share some knowledge on that King Air. That's awesome. King Air's in Alaska. That is that's pretty hardcore. That is pretty hardcore. Melbourne traffic Qantas 357, departing runway 27 Melbourne. All right, I think we're ready to go. ARM LNAV VNAV is set. Runway checks. Runway heading. I should sync it like a good Boeing pilot here. this. 262 check. All right. Spool them up 50. Let's get some yogas in chat. Forward pressure on the stick. I'm ready. Are you ready? Here we go. Yoga. Oh yeah. Good sounds. Good sounds. Oh, auto throttle disconnected? What's that? Throttle hold. Look at this rocket ship. This is a rocket ship. Nice deadband. Watch that wing drop. Positive rate. Gear up.
Positive rate of climb.
Fly with. Jeez. 20 degrees max.
Go there in the end.
Even if the flight director commands more, 20 degrees max pitch. Here it comes. Lower the nose. There's acceleration altitude. Flaps 1. Absolute rocket. And let's go flaps 0. After takeoff checklist. Gosh, that wing is juice. Gotta love the flap sounds too. All right, let's actually get on the flight directors here so we're not going 400 knots below 10,000 feet. Let's fly the airplane. We're N1, LNAV, VNAV speed. That all looks good. I'm just not used to this pitching. Like, we are rocket shipping here. There we go. Now she's trimmed out nicely.
Level track quiet. Level 35 is going to line up for runway 27 minutes.
In the turn, bank angle checking to the right. Oh, that's beautiful. Got to turn this sim down a little bit. Romulus, you also have been issues with auto throttle dropping out on takeoff roll? Okay, yeah, interesting. I thought it was something I did, but maybe there's something else to it. Because I know I didn't touch anything because I have mine bound where they're supposed to be on the inside of the throttle there. And I didn't press that button, so maybe it was a bug. I don't know. Well, we're doing 270 knots here at 8,000 feet. Oops, sorry. I won't tell if you won't tell. We got FMC speed. We got an alert here, 1,000 feet to level off because we have a restriction at Peto or Perto. Pebto. All right, let's go ahead and get her nice and trimmed out.
Melbourne traffic, 1 flight, 1175.
And we'll go Command A. Command A, full screen cam. And we'll go gear handle off. That's going to go off. After takeoff checklist looks good. Let's zoom us range down here. Parsi, we're in the turn. Am I getting used to the Boeing aircraft, James? Yeah, I like the Boeing aircraft, man. I got nothing against the Boeings, especially in the sim here. That guy sounds hardcore. Make sure your throttle's at 100% and then auto throttle will not disconnect. It's no PMDG bug. Not sure if they know about it. I find it as long as my throttle. Oh, so it's like because it's trying to bring it back to where maybe the actual setting is. Okay, Daviator, that's interesting. Thanks for letting me know. Yeah, I don't think I had them pushed all the way forward. Aaron's saying the same thing. So when the discrepancy is not, I got you. So I didn't have them all the way forward. That would do it. My lights. So like my little light bar right here, I have to like take my hand off to get them underneath there. I didn't have them all the way forward. I can almost guarantee you that's exactly what happened. Alright, well, let's go ahead and just go up to 390. There we go. N1 LNAV VNAV climb. Here we go. Up we go. So much juice this stream, my stomach's gonna burst. I wish I could move that window shade up. You know, it's right there. The perfect view is kind of blocked. It gives you that view. That's a pretty good view right there, though. I love how we went through like 5 different windows. I feel like with PMDG. We had the original windows that looked great, and then they went to this tinted weird window, which didn't look good, and they went back to the OG. I think they look real good now. Scenery is so much better in X-Plane. What I meant was during the stabilization phase, N1 40% before clicking Toga, you need to ensure both. Oh, you need to make sure both are within a very close tolerance before actually depressing the Toga button. Okay, Aaron. I guess I was a little sloppy on that one. I should have paid more attention. I will definitely keep an eye. We might end up doing some more PMDG ops. You guys want to see more PMDG ops? Maybe take this up to up north here in Australia. Does Qantas have 900s? I have the 900. I wouldn't mind flying the 900. Florida Wings. Welcome to Commercial Pilot. Florida Wings. Glad to have you on board. Exclamation point welcome for your new perks here on the channel. Always a pleasure having new members join up. I thought there was a way to turn them all off at once. There we go. Off, off, off. We're at a 10. Turn the wing light off. Alright, landing elevation is 100 feet. Set. Cabin is pressurizing. Overhead looks good. I guess we can call them because we're at a 10,000. And now we just enjoy our climb out in the 737. Gotta love it. I love the no winglet look on the 75s. Oh yeah, Captain McGee. I can't wait for that Bluebird 75. First flight, Miami, American bare metal livery, no winglets. Miami to Toncontin. 900 from Perth to Christmas Island. Perth is on the opposite direction, though, isn't it, Tyson? We got to go all the way back. I was going to continue on the west side, but there's more stuff that I want to hit on the east coast of Australia, and then we'll probably just take maybe a 7-8 or something back into Sydney, and then we're going to blast off the end of the tour. Before I can't believe why I even agreed to this. Sydney to LAX, nonstop. Got to scare the passengers with reality how often things go wrong. In-flight movie would be a marathon of Mayday air disasters. Yes. I used to, like on the commute on Southwest, they had, like the free TV in the seats. I would always try to watch that. No 900s in the Qantas fleet, just 800s. Oh, that's mid. Do you prefer the 321 with IEs or NEO in real life? That's a tough one. I'm going to go IE. Just because, but the 321 NEO is really nice. I really like the look of the 321 NEO. The 321 NEOs are brand new, so that's also nice to fly those. But if I had to pick between a 321 IE and a 321 NEO, both brand new, depends on how long I'm going to be sitting up there. If I got to be sitting in if we're doing just a short flight, I'll take the IEs. If we're doing like a transcon, anything more than 2 hours, give me the 321 NEO, because that sucker is quiet. The 321 is already quiet, but a 321 NEO, I mean, it's insane how quiet it is. It's like Leonardo quiet. V1, were you big into FSX back in the day? Oh yeah, Chris, definitely big into. I was big into all of them, man. Any news on V2 Block 2? No, I haven't heard anything. I have not heard anything. But I do know my flying schedule is going to load up here pretty heavily, and I can almost guarantee you that's when Phoenix is going to release some juice. When I start flying heavily here, I got. Let's see. Speaking of, I need to check my schedule because today is the, like I said, the open time craziness where everyone tries to change their schedule. But as far as the rest of this month goes, let's see. I've got 2-day trips: Thursday, Friday. Off Saturday. My birthday's on Friday, which is cool. So, birthday's on Friday, but I'm doing a quick turn up to. Where am I going? I think I'm going up to Mini on Friday. Yep. For my birthday. Then I'm off Saturday, Sunday. Then I got a 3-day trip on the 28th, but it has a long DFW overnight, so I want to catch up with my buddies. So I want to keep that trip. And then next month, man, I got hosed, man. I got a 4-day, a 3-day. It's going to be a lot of flying coming up in the next 2 weeks. So they'd probably, I'll tell you what, I'll tell you what day the Block 2 is going to release, because it's the day of my 4-day trip. They are probably going to release the Block 2 IEs on Wednesday, October 4th. That's probably when Phoenix is going to release it, because I'll be gone for almost 5 days. Can almost guarantee you that's when they'll come out. Okay, we're 24, climbing to 3.9. We got to reset our altimeters. 2.9 or 9 or 2, set standard, looks good. FMC pressurization reset. Drag required after bow big. We'll be able to handle that. Everything else looks good. I do like this whole cockpit view here. Oh, look at that. I just can't get enough. I do love this classic. Flight Sim Expo 2024 lost wages. I saw that. Nothing like, what is with the expo and going to, you know, like borderline, like, well, I guess I shouldn't say that. Why are we always going to the hottest places in the United States on Expo? Nothing like Houston in July. Nothing like Vegas in June. It's gonna be an absolute just toasty fest. Yo, V1, Callie Simmer, good to see you. Welcome back. Commercial pilot for 16 months. Glad to have you on board. V1, how's it going? I'm going to be this evening in an actual 738 cockpit converted to a simulator. I'm training for world flight. Callie Simmer, that is fantastic. Are you going to be streaming that by chance? Are you doing world flight with Fly with Rookie? Is that the sim that's going to be going on? That's awesome, Callie Simmer. Well, make sure you come back and tell us your stories. That's going to be really cool. Get the experience of being in the actual cockpit with the simulator in front of you. That's awesome stuff. So thanks for stopping by. Thanks for the support. Hope you have a wonderful experience. I'm sure you will. 737-800 cockpit. Awesome. Throttle Hold says my release on September 27th, my birthday. I'd be okay with that because I should be coming back by then. Rain Man, good to see you. Says V1, my buddy is finishing up his type at a major. Swears by your 320 training videos and said it's been a breeze using them to study. Pretty cool stuff. Keep up the great work. Rain Man, well, that's awesome to hear. Glad I can help out fellow aviator. Thanks for stopping by, Rain Man. They said September, but knowing your luck, Captain, October 4th it is. ET plus 10, I know. Oh, they did say, wait a second. They did say Block 2 in September? I mean, well, it's obviously going to be, yeah, if it's coming in September, then I'll tell you what day it'll be. If it's going to be in September, they'll release Block 2 on Thursday the 28th. Because that's that 3-day trip I have that I could have swapped out of, but I didn't because it has a long DFW overnight and I want to go fishing and see some friends. So they'll probably release it, a guaranteed Block 2 release on the 28th of September or October 4th. Guaranteed. Vegas is a dry heat. Jesus. Yeah. Not so dry when your skin melts. It's not hot and it's not dry anymore. Kelly Simmer says I'm doing world flight with another team called Cali Crew. Not my team. Wrong Side and Shaq are on the team as well. That's awesome, Kelly Simmer. All right. Well, I'll look forward to hearing about the experiences of World Flight with Wrongside and Shaq. Man, that sounds like the makings of a dream team there, Callie Simmer. That's a dream team in the making. Swarm says, I know what weekend V1 will be sick. Ben G says, I recently picked up the NZA Milford Sound. Yes, those guys are killing it lately, Ben. Yeah, that Milford Sound, we dopped in there, didn't we? That was a beautiful scenery. New Zealand, I miss New Zealand. New Zealand was fantastic. That was such a fun little area to fly around in. Was hoping my birthday, 9/22, but your schedule may foul that up. Thanks, P1. Tim K, your birthday September 22nd? That's mine, too, so we share the same birthday. I think FS Expo in Seattle would be awesome. Yes, Rain Man. That's where it needs to be. It needs to be Pacific Northwest or like... yeah, basically Pacific Northwest is where it should be. Nice and cool. Vegas in June? The only people excited about that are people who have never been to Vegas in June. I'll see if I can make it, though, when they release dates. I'm really going to try to get to the expo next year. We shall see. We shall see. Maybe I can get on a dream team with Callie Simmer, Wrongside, and Shaq and plan a trip out in Vegas in July or June, whatever it is. You want cool? Bring it to Europe. Dougal, hey, Dougal, now that... I'm not too opposed to that idea either. I wouldn't mind stopping at a little Irish pub, I guess. So, in Ireland, I know you're not from Ireland, Dougal, but in Ireland, do they call Irish pubs, or do they just call pubs? That's the thought of the day. Boeing factory tour is great. Yeah, it is. I did it a long time ago. I should do it again. I did it when I was flying corporate. We flew in there, we parked at Boeing Field, and then we went and did a tour for the day, and then flew the boss back in the evening. They're just pubs, okay. I kind of figured as much. I was in Qatar 2 weeks ago. Feels like temp was 127 degrees. T-Sizzle, I bet you were sizzling, man. 127, that's awful. That is awful. I definitely lucked out on the right summer to not be in Texas, because this last year, I think they had, 30 days of 110 plus in a row or something, or like 10 days of 110 plus, and it was one of the hotter summers on record. But they sell real Guinness. That is true, Dougal. That is true. I'm still waiting for a real Guinness. It may be coming up here sooner than later. Who knows? Maybe by the end of next year there'll be some developments, and who knows, Dougal? I may be headed your way in a little bit. We'll see. All right, 042. We sink our heading bug. We're almost to cruise out to. As soon as we level off, we'll enjoy the outside view. So let's get some more wing view juice in here, and then we're gonna enjoy this exterior. Bosco says, yes, you did. It's hot as heck here. Yeah, I check the temp every day on my phone. I was like, okay, so this is where it is here. Where is it in Texas? Oh yeah, good. Still cooler here than Texas. Good deal. I was in Vegas in September, and it was pretty intense. It was a dry heat, though. Vegas in September is not hot, Aaron. That's fine. That's weak. That's weak, Vegas. That's weak, Aaron. You need go visit Vegas in June. Let me know. Let me know how dry that heat is in June. It's not. It may be dry on the Weather Channel, but because of everybody sweating profusely, it's actually not a dry heat. They just can't measure it. 3-4 left on the Rivet 3. Is that a good one, Zippy Zapple? That's what I have set up in the box. It's been mid-80s, 90s the past 2 weeks in Dallas, which has been nice. Yeah, I did see that y'all got some nice relief these last 2 weeks. It was cool this morning. I almost had to put a hoodie on. It was like 60, 65, 63 or something at my house. But yeah, it was. I was like, hey, we need to get some firewood ready. Jessica says, been in July, no thanks. Yeah. Yuma in July. Been there, Dougal. I remember doing PAR approaches into Yuma Marine Corps Air Station in July, taking students down there. Golly. It's just miserable. That is awful. And it was part of the syllabus, so you had to go do PAR approaches, and the only place that you could do it was the Yuma Marine Corps Air Station. Oh. You're like, oh, you take off, you get up to 10, no, that can't go, get up to like 7,000 feet, it'll be cool. No, you take off, it's 130, you get to 7,000 feet, it's like 115, 110. I think it hit 38 degrees when I was in Vegas, 42, 89 degrees, 4,000 degrees Fahrenheit. 38 in Vegas is not that hot, Aaron. Yeah, 38 is not that hot. What is that conversion? I don't even think we got to let the flaps hang at 38. What's 38C? Aaron thinks 38. No, Aaron, that's not Aaron. 38C in September is like light parka weather. That's only 100 degrees Fahrenheit. That's nothing, dude. 38C is nothing. You see 38C in the Midwest United States, that's a nice day. That's a day you go out and do activities. Texas and Tennessee, it's a wet heat. Take a shower, don't dry off, and put on your clothes. Yeah. It's all about the humidity. Well, I will say Georgia does have the humidity down pretty good. Pretty darn humid. Only 100 degrees Fahrenheit. That's cool nighttime temps in Palm Springs. Exactly. Come to Canada, negative 38C. We're still wearing shorts. Oh, I know. Some of y'all Canadians are absolutely crazy, man. I remember flying up into Halifax a lot because I used to love the Halifax overnight when I was doing regional stuff, and we'd be taxiing into the gate, trying to see when we're going to level here. It's almost 2,000 feet to level off. Almost, we'd be taxiing into the gate, and it's like a light blowing snow, and the ramper's wearing shorts. I'm like, dude, this is insane. These people are crazy. But Nova Scotia, Halifax, some of my best memories as a regional pilot are up there. Love that area. And I think it's like 5-to-1 females to males, isn't it? Isn't that like a stat? It's a target-rich environment for the single male. I landed in Kuwait in August one time, 122. Felt like a hot hairdryer. Yep. It goes in, like, it's not symmetrical, so 100 degrees is 100 degrees, whatever. 105, people are like, 105. 107, when you see a solid 107, you're like, okay, it's hot. 110, you're like, oh my gosh, it's 110, but it doesn't really register. If you see 111 or like triple ones, now you know it's really hot. You start getting up to like 115, a legit 115 outside air temperature, 117 legit outside air temperature it's miserable, absolutely miserable. I don't care if it's hot or humid or not. It's just not good. Gary says, oh well, now I know where to move. Eye candy, Nova Scotia. Yep. Guess 5-to-1. Guess I have holiday plans now. We went to Hawaii in February a few years back. It was mid-70s. People were wearing hoodies. I was walking around in a tank top and flip-flops. People knew we're not locals. That is a dead giveaway, exactly. That's the dead giveaway. All right, 1,000 feet to level off to 39,000 feet. And we had way too much gas for this flight, and we still made it up here in a pretty good amount of time. We'll let us settle in. Let's go ahead and turn the seatbelt sign off. We'll settle down here on the jump seat. Does the jump seat fold out in this thing? Oh, yeah. Look at the misery. Join the misery of the 737 jump seat. This may look comfortable, but you might as well be sitting on concrete. Oh, yeah. Here you go. That's the seat of joy right there. Average 110 in Texas for a whole month, and then going to 100 felt like a cold front. Oh, yeah. I mean, it was a cold front, technically, right? That brought it down. About 10 years ago, we had an afternoon of 122 with 85% humidity, while in the pool, only my head above water, it was just too hot to stay above water at all. Yeah, that does not sound enjoyable. When we start the engines in Kuwait, they'd bog down pretty good. I can imagine. 122 spooling up. Yeah. That's got to be toasty, Rain Man. I know when it's super cold. Hold on. All right, we leveled at 390. Let's just do some checks. We're about me get my fake range rings on here. Okay, let's do a progress check. Let's make sure everything is looking good. TD is in 111 miles at 2209. Okay, everything looks good. We're leveled off. We're doing 7.8. Let's hop outside. Turn the sim down a little bit. That's the view right there. Or this side. Ooh, you get to see the brown on this side. But this side you get a little bit of reflection. That's the side right there. Turn this down a little bit. Let's see what we got. I wonder if they have any Australia music. Is that a thing? Australian music on the playlist? Can I search for like Outback? Is that a thing? Outback music. Chickasaw Outback. This is starting off pretty decent. We'll see what happens here. So I was going to say, though, when it's super cold, like going into wintertime, starting engines when they're cold soaked can be pretty exciting. You can get some pretty solid boom, like light offs when it's really cold. I know the 190, for some reason, the 190, the Embraer 190 was very notorious for this. I mean, it would shake the whole airplane if it was cold soaked, 0 degrees C and below. And you start that sucker up, man, it would, this huge plume of smoke would come out. That happened a lot when we were doing 190 charter stuff up north. And you just get that just huge. And then one guy even said, hey, you got a lot of smoke coming out of your engine. Like, yeah, it's normal cold start on a 190. Crikey. I once jump seated in a 733. Let's just say concrete is not flattered by that comment. Might as well be kicked in the back every 5 minutes. Probably still have less pain. V2 plus 10, exactly. And so, yeah, it's concrete, but then like this right here is not at the right spot. It never is. It doesn't matter which airplane you're on. So you sit there and you're like arched in this weird angle because of just the way the seat is. I'm going config 3 for the giggles. Plenty of runway to float it out. Oof, we're going full flaps. We're going 40 degrees on this approach. V1, do the Airbus aircraft also have sheep wool seat covers? Some do, yeah. It's an option. It's a company option, Andrew. That used to teach Flightbox to sim that was alpaca wool. So most of our fleet that I fly do not have them. But during COVID, we acquired several Airbuses from failing airlines. And one in particular was a Chinese operator. I can't remember which airline it came from. But they had all the wool on the seats. And, all right, it was pretty comfortable. Like, it was pretty comfortable. I didn't think it was more comfortable than I thought it was going to be. So, it's definitely an option. It's not guaranteed or, not standard equipment. This music plus the Fokker and unpaved runways, we might have to go back to the Fokker. We're going to bounce around between Fokker and 737 next couple streams. Interesting fact, the real-life Iceman, an inspiration for Val Kilmer's character in Top Gun, was an Australian Hall of Fame from the band Radio Birdman. Really? So yeah, I learned something new, Rain Man. Or, yeah, thank you. Did not know that. Sorry, ears. That's pretty cool. I mean, that's a pretty cool view right there, though. I love this little short 7.3. Fokkers to long reach? Maybe. We got to get back. Does anybody... I want to fly the Mark 4000, right? The long one? We got to fly the long one. Any good liveries for that? What is the cost index? What is the best configuration in the number that should be put in the McDo? Cost index, super deal. Right now we're doing 7. I think we're doing like 55. I think is what we're doing. Cost index. There's really people make a big deal about it in, especially in sim world. All it does is you either fly slower or faster. That's really all it does, because you're not making money, you're not saving fuel. So it will calculate the most effective way to save money. It's not necessarily speed, because I've seen cost index zeros at 99 before, depending on the winds aloft. Or I've seen cost index zeros at like 7.9 Mach, just because of the winds aloft. So it's not necessarily higher cost index faster speed, lower cost index slower speed. Generally that is true, but it's not really how you would say it. It's more about saving money and cost, i.e. cost index. So just put whatever number you want in there and fly whatever speed you want to fly, honestly. Why do you think the U.S. operators have... Why do you think so few operators have 320 Neos? Well, I mean, just look at what the issues that Pratt is having right now. I think that's why. I think that has a lot to do with it. The jump seat looks like it's made of wood with fabric wrapped around it. It's made of steel with fabric around it. Yeah, wood would be more comfortable. I would imagine climb rate also comes into play with cost index. Not climb rate. I don't know, AJ. I think it might be adjusting your rate of climb because of it can change your indicated speed, but I don't know. I'd have to look into that one. I'm sure it does, because you can modify cost index for climb. I know you can do that. So yes, I'm sure that is factored into the equation somewhere. Hayden J. Robbins. Good evening, UK time. Good evening, sir. Hayden, well, good evening. Glad to have you on board. We're just kicking it back here with our Outback music and our 7.3 Qantas up to Sydney. Old boat cushion. Yeah. I think this livery is sweet. They have it on the 800, but I actually don't even have the PMDG 738. I have the 7, I have the 6, 7, and 9. I can't believe they actually have a Outback country music station. Not bad. Denez Tech is a real-life Iceman. He was a guitar player for Radio Birdman, later became a doctor and flight surgeon for the Navy. Call sign was Iceman, and the producers loved it. That's pretty cool. That is pretty cool. Andy, good evening. Been a while since I caught a live. Andy, well, welcome on board. Glad to have you here. We're back in the Microsoft Flight Simulator. Gotta love it. I gotta say, I love the ease of Microsoft Flight Simulator, guys. I literally turned on the sim, loaded into my 737, and was good to go. It's so easy. So easy. Love it. Love the ease of Microsoft Flight Sim. I mean, I tried to make X-Plane 12 with to make it look better. I got the ortho in there, but then my overlays were messed up, and I had to redo the overlays. But then when I redid the overlays, it messed up the other overlays. I've been out of that game for so long. It's hard. It's hard to go back. The 146 just had a nice update, and Pioneer still fly them out of Townsville, New England, and the Orbix free scenery is really nice. When you got to see the American 321 now painted PSA, I did. Oh, I would never text them back. Yeah, Shaq sent me a text of the new 321s. And I never responded because I think I was falling asleep when he texted me. But yeah, I saw them. They look good. I think it's cool they're all going to 321s. Man, seeing the 737 wings from the cabin in VR is out of this world. Sense of depth makes it super immersive, I bet. Schmacken says Microsoft is home now. Yeah. It feels like home, I'll tell you that, man. It feels like we're back home. Approaching TOD here in another 29 miles. let's just go ahead and set 10,000. So when it starts down by itself, then we'll go ahead and do some work. I don't know what the descent altitude is, but we're going to set 10 for now. And then we'll make our way down. Contrails look really good. Yeah, I like these contrails. I don't like the Phoenix contrails need some work. Oh, look at that wing there. Look at the reflection. The reflection of Australia on the wing. PB. Oh my goodness. So much juice. So much juice. 12.06 update is good so far in X-Plane 12. I saw it, Matt F. We were in it the other day. It screwed up my sim. Here's the deal. I'm only gonna fly X-Plane 12 where I have Orbix. That's the only way I can do it, I think. I want a Q runner for Microsoft so bad. I can't stop going back to P3D just to fly it. Harry, that would be nice. It would be nice. You got the ATR. Have you tried the ATR? You know how much I love that airplane on here. Lauren says 321 Neo with the new doors. Look like a 320 though. Yeah, the new door layout. That's customizable though. You can customize the doors on 321. You can customize them on all your airplanes. I was a bit anti-Microsoft in the early mashed potato cloud days, but yeah, it's matured nicely. Use it most of the time now. Andy, I agree with you, man. That's, you know, it's funny how it changed over time, because when Microsoft first came out, like you said, in the potato cloud days and the gaming days, I always felt X-Plane 12 was home. I was like, this is home. I love this sim. And like we would dabble in Microsoft once or twice to just check on the fly-by-wire, and then that was it. I was like, I'm done with that sim. And then, you know, PMDG, Phoenix, BAE. Honestly, the game-changing moment for me was the PMDG release. When that dropped, that was a true game-changing release for the sim platform. And ever since then, man, as much as I've loved X-Plane, as much as I've loved it, because I have absolutely loved X-Plane. Just, it feels like Microsoft is my home now. ATR for the win. I need a 7.2 so I can download ATA. Yes, yes. If we had a 7.2, if we had a 7.2 in Microsoft, I might uninstall X-Plane 12 completely. $742, yes, none shall pass. I agree. We need the classics. We need the classics. We've come a long way from Chuck Yeager's Advanced Flight Simulator. The only thing that made me go to Microsoft is A2A 182. They have an A2A Comanche, Agent B7. Have you tried the A2A Comanche? That airplane, I heard, is pretty next level. You're getting the whole GA experience. I mean, not even that I heard. I know it is. I've messed with it. It's incredible. The A2A Comanche in Microsoft is what the Hot Start Challenger is in X-Plane. It is the entire GA experience. Oh, we're nosing over. Engines are coming back. It's time to go to work. Oh, it's kind of liking this music. It's almost over anyway.
Traffic is 65, Toga heavy, clear 34 left.
Beautiful. All right, let's turn up the sounds. Let's go to work. Let's go to work. It's an exciting time to be in a flight sim. Andy Boyce, you are correct, my friend. Being in flight sim right now it's amazing. It doesn't matter what sim you prefer, because they've all made huge leaps and bounds. Boogie at 6,000. Let's go ahead and set 6,000 here for Boogie. But yeah, the simming environment now, to be a simmer right now is just, it's amazing. 6,000 is set for Boogie. We'll set up for vectors for the 3-4 approach. We'll go init ref here. We're doing flaps 40 for cinematic purposes. 40, 133 plus 5. So our VAP is going to be 138, 1093, and 335. Speedbird? Did I miss a Speedbird? Have we had a Speedbird with us the whole flight? Speedbird, where did you depart from?
Gatwick to Manila, and then Manila to Australia.
Wow, nice job. Oh, it's not the
Next
speed
first
bid.
leg was 13 hours, this one was 7.
Wow, that's some dedication.
Well, I slept for the first one, to be fair.
It was not the true speed bid, but it was a speed bid, no doubt. I thought maybe it was...
the first time I've ever flown out here, so yeah, because I'm using auto, it's bloody awesome.
That's awesome. That's really cool.
It was a wicked flight, man. The visuals are awesome.
The speed bid. All right. Well, here we go. We're in the descent. We got to set our stuff here. 109.3 and 335, since we got to do this the old school way. 109.
Sydney traffic speed bid 65 Tango
Speed
cross
bid.
34 left to the international gate.
109.3. I haven't had to do this since flying on a Beach 99. 109.3. Well, that's a lie. I used to do it in the corporate jets. 109.3. Put that in active. I'll do the cheater way here. 109.3, both sides. 355 is set. We're coming on down. We got our TOD. We're on the RNP. Everything is looking good. Fly by, fly with. Love the contrails. We don't need no charts we're going from. Look at the wing flex right there. You know what really makes this livery for me right here? You know what makes this livery for me is this cockpit like black shadow right there. I absolutely love that. It reminds me of the AirTran Classic 7.3. Look at that. That's cool. I really do like that. All right. Sink our heading bug. 6,000 is set. We're on the VNAV profile. We're looking good. 2982 or 29er 3004 is the new meter, but that's not right. We shouldn't have set that yet, but that's fine. We'll just magic barrel ref it for now. No one's gonna yell at us. Plenty of extra gas. Let's go ahead and turn the seatbelt sign on. We're gonna do auto brakes off, flaps 40. I guess Boeing's, they always use auto brakes, right? Is that a requirement? Let's just do 1. Brakes 1, flaps 40. Looking good. Anti-glare shadows, yeah. If there was a name for it, like that matte paint on there. I can't remember what they used to call it. Too bad no one made a T-way livery for the 600. No one did? I'm surprised. Chris Strobel, I'm not sure what PWS alerts are in FSX. Oh, predictive wind shear? I don't know. I've never had a predictive wind shear in the 7.3. Did you see the Embraer 190 change to freighter? No, I did not. Did not see that. Jeremy Harvey, good to see you. Haha, Just Flight would do an incredible 727. Jeremy, Just Flight was on the stream when we were doing Fokker flying, and I said, you know, it would be right up Just Flight's alley to do a 727, just the way they have their gate. Like, they are the developer that is the most perfectly set to do a 727. They've got the retro gauges already done. They've got retro sounds. They've got it all. They've got the foundation already laid. They've got the BAE 146. They got the Fokker F28. The A300 B4 is coming out. But they did say get us a 7. They need a 727 to, you know, get sounds and samples from. But it's just hard to get access to. So unfortunately, my hopes of a Just Flight 727 ever happening, I think, are slim to none. But maybe somebody somewhere out there does have the sources, and they're working on one. We just need FlyJSim. We need FlyJSim. They've already made it for X-Plane. Like, come on, FlyJSim. Make the switch. I will start a Kickstarter campaign for FlyJSim. I know an X727 pilot. Will that work? The Aviator. No, that would be perfect. You're hired. I think Just Flight is working on... Yeah, they are working on a 7.4 Classic as well, Rayman. You're right. Maybe FlyJ and Just Flight could partner up for it. That would be awesome. Laura's in the house. Good to see you. Oh, hey, just another V1 member stopping by. Yeah, you've got the membership now, Laura. Good to see you. Hope everybody's okay over there. Everyone should be sleeping, so that's probably why you're on the computer. How did FlyJSim get a sound send? Jeremy, I have no idea. But they sounded pretty darn good. I guess you could probably go, you know, because they had JTADs from the 737-200, so you could triple that, you know, and make some tweaks as necessary, I would imagine. do some audio magic and make it work. But just neglecting the offspring. Oh, good. I guess they won't come home then. How about a second leg? Chat, want to do a second leg? Let's do a second leg. Jack from FlyJSim said no Microsoft, only X-Plane. I don't understand why. Why? Why limit yourself? I mean, I understand it's probably got to be a whole new ground-up development, but if you already have the documentation and everything done in the background, like you have all the perf charts, you've got all the information, all the data that you use for X-Plane, and you just got to start ground up in Microsoft, man, I would happily start a fundraising campaign for that. So it can't be financials. Maybe it's just time, you know. A lot of these devs, these airplanes that we fly are all made in, you know, second job, third job, part-time jobs. So you can't put a price on time. Nope, Delta doesn't have any 727. There are no 727s. I think there's some private ones flying around. I've seen some private ones. Coyotes used to have one. Phoenix Coyotes used to have a 7.2. I'll let y'all get back to airplaning. Do you want me to stop at Crumble on the way home? Because that Oreo cookie was amazing. Exclamation point specs, Fly Coco. Here, I'll get it for you in the chat. Captain, I'm coming to Roswell this weekend. Major Tom, you're going to Roswell? Nice. Guys, if you haven't already, check out Major Tom's Super HD videos. If you ever need motivation to fly your sim, just watch a Captain Tom video. Or, I'm sorry, Major Tom video. We have a Captain Tom on the channel as well. But Major Tom, if you don't have access to your simulator, don't watch his videos. Because when you watch his videos, it makes you want to jump in the sim. They're phenomenally done.
Traffic speed 095 with Takeoff, returning west on Sandwich for the base.
I think John Travolta does have a 7.2. I'd really like to see PMDG level 7.8 or 220 or 350. I think we're missing that. I'm honestly tired of the same old 7.5, 7.6 releases. Great aircraft, but older than me. Yeah, Ray, man. You know what I don't feel like PMDG would ever do a 7.8 or jump to the Airbus side. But I wish they would bring their MD-11, because they did an MD-11 and FSX. Their 747 Queen of the Skies, bring that in. You know, they're not doing 7.5, 7.6, but yeah, they're doing a triple, which is like, that's pretty mid. The Jetstream J41, that would be pretty cool. Does anyone ever say no to Crumble? No one in my house does. They are pretty insane. We need a Miss V1 rotor wing stream. That would not end well. Alright, 3002 is set. We're on the descent to Bigham at or above 8,000 feet. At some point we need to slow down here. Let me zoom it out here. Let me get any traffic out there. Nope. Get those off there. So, we'll go airport. Nope. Waypoint. Nope. Data. That's what I want. I wish there was a way to get the time off of the data. Just have altitudes. I wonder if that's a setting. Just too many numbers on there. I just want the altitudes. I don't want the times. 6,000 at Boogie for the 3-4. Did you say 777 is mid? I did. Robert from PMDG has said repeatedly, said no about a MD-11 return. Also, TFTI will most likely be of that level anyway. Aww. Well, that's right. I did forget. TFTI is working on MD-11, so we still have hope there. Although, if all the tri-jets possibly available, the MD-11 is my least favorite. But I will still, for sure, day one purchase the MD-11 from TFTI. It's just, if I were to pick, you know, I could literally have any other tri-jet than the MD-11. That'd be the last one on the list. but I still would prefer an MD-11 over a triple. That's for sure. Turn data off on the EFIS. Constraints should only be there by default. Turn data off. Well, yeah, but if I turn data off, see, it goes away. But I just want the constraints. The constraints aren't on there by default. That's what I was asking. All right, we're at 10,000 feet. Let's go ahead and light it up. We don't have the ATC on, so let's just get all our lights on. Oops, wrong way there. Everything looks good there, and we need to go to Cont. That looks good. Out of 10, slowing to 250k knots, maybe a little speed breaker action. L1011, yeah. TriStar, L1011, heck, even a DC-10. I would take a DC-10 over the MD-11. But beggars can't be choosers. Captain just flew into Atlanta in a MAX 8. Out of Atlanta to Newark in a 319. What a difference. Love the 319. Robinson, that's awesome, man. I was supposed to go to Newark. Oh, no. Maybe that's coming up. I think I'm going to Newark on Thursday or Friday. But yeah, big difference, though, between a 7.3 and an Airbus, isn't it, inside? Who's doing the DC-10 to Aviator? Just Flight L1011 instant purchase. Yes. Yes. L1011 all day, every day. I flew a Freddie Laker TriStar many years ago. Really? Dougal, you don't like the TriStar? How do you not like the TriStar, man? L1011 all day, every day. There's one sitting in the Atlantic City Airport. Out there, off in the rubble. Aviator Nick, good morning. In the baby Boeing, I see. Yes, Aviator Nick, good morning to you. Here we are, baby Boeing on the descent and arrival. Looking good. Let me get Flight Recorder ready for this replay. As we start on down, yeah. You like the digital six-pack, Peyton? I couldn't help myself, man. Couldn't help myself, Peyton. I am an old soul. So you throw me in an NG, I'm going to put up a digital six-pack. Dougal doesn't like the L1011. Dougal is officially mid. Ouch.
And
Shots
traffic
fired.
speed for 9
Speed bid.
Takeoff. We're going around. Pump gear issue.
Ooh. Or pilot air.
Did you try turning it off and on?
All right, we're 250 knots. We're out of 8,000. We're looking good. We're down to 6. Okay, so now it came up by itself. So, Aaron or AJ, yeah, I think maybe you just have to be to the next two.
Plugged it back in. Works too.
I think that's what it is. You just have to be. It has to be your next two waypoint or something. Because yeah, it did pop up automatically. All right, we're looking good.
Normally I would suspect pilot error, but I actually have failures turned on, so I actually have a hydraulic issue.
Oh. He's got a hydraulic issue. Well, just don't divert and run out of fuel because you can't bring the gear up. Aerodynamics. Ah, that's the one. Yes, DC-10. That's right. I'm actually in that Discord, Aviator. You're right.
Yeah, find a
Yes.
F4.
Aerodynamics DC-10. But I don't get excited for any freeware projects. I don't anymore. I'm done. But I am following that one. First time I flew overseas, it was LA to JFK on a 7.4. Then transferred us to a 310 JFK to Nice, France. And I was like, what the hell is this? Yeah, well, you can't compare the Queen. That's why the Queen is the Queen. 747, Queen of the Skies.
City traffic speed for 95 with Takeoff. We're runway heading 325 at 3,000. We'll continue to the north and then make a right turn for the downwind leg for Sydney.
Sydney traffic 1 to 357. We're leveling 6,000 feet, turning downwind for runway 34 left, Sydney. All right, we're going to go ahead and keep on coming down there. I'm going to go ahead and set 3,000. We're going to go 3,000. I'm going to go level change, 240 knots. Down we go. Get a little speed brake action. All we can see. Oh, maybe we should go around for another Sydney tour. Well, actually, no. Our next flight, when we depart to the north, we'll go out over that way. Maybe we should do, what could we fly? Sydney Harbor tours in. We should do that. I feel like we should do a Sydney Harbor tour flight. Maybe in the Black Square Caravan? Good evening from Germany. Welcome. I did not see the F-35 lost, Hayden. Like they lost it or it crashed? How do you lose an F-35? Chazzer, it's a setting in your FMC here for the PMDG. You could select displays, so like retro old school. So this was a real setup for Southwest and United for a short period of time. Because when I guess it makes sense, because if you have a classic fleet, you know, a lot of maybe 737-200s or 300s, and you have your entire flight crew is trained on the classic six-pack display, and you first get NGs, you know what? Maybe it is a valid way to set it up for a little bit. Who knows? It is a lot of information, though, digitally. It does look a little funny, I will admit, but I kind of like it. All right, 1,000 feet to level off. We'll go ahead and stable that. I'm going to manually select speed. We're going to come on back down to 180 K knots here. What are our flap speeds for flaps 5, 250? Let's go ahead and do it now. Flaps 5. Throttletek cam is coming on. Beautiful water down there. Loaded with shocks. Men go into water. The shocks in the water. Love the flap sounds though. Alright. Let's go ahead and set ourselves up. Self-vectoring here. Heading 100. 180 on the speed. Let's go flaps 15. Nobody CTD Microsoft servers are down? Really? Uh-oh. Oh, I forgot. Can you not go flaps 15 in the Boeing? With the gear down or gear up? Where's the horn cut out? Where's the horn? Don't mind me. Flaps 10. Flaps 10. So you can only go... I should have known that. Flaps 10 max. Alright, let's go direct to Bobig. Insert. Arm the loc, LNAV. Arm the loc again. There we go. VOR loc is armed. And VOR loc glide slope is armed. We're 180. Looking good.
95 with Takeoff. We're east of the field, downwind. We're going to come back in for 3-4 left. We're in emergency aircraft.
Sydney traffic, Qantas 357. We're 3,000 feet, 8 miles from Bobig. Joining final for 3-4 left. Are you inside of us or you want us to go around? We'll give way to him. You can't declare an emergency without ATC online.
We're quite a ways off, so you can probably get in.
Okay, we'll keep our speed up. We're direct Bobig now. Qantas flight 357. Alright. We're 180. We're looking good. 139, I think, is our init ref.
One flight 1175, be joining a left downwind 34 left Sydney.
Yep, so 138 will be our bug speed for final. Should we sidestep the 3-4 right, or is that too far away?
City traffic 149. For that emergency aircraft, we can extend our downwind.
First time using the hand crank lever? That's awesome. Yeah,
I'm pretty
hydraulic
certain
there.
you can sneak in before us. We're literally just abreast of the field now. I'm speed limited due to the...
He's abreast of the field.
being down. We'll be
Nothing
turning
says
into
European
we'll let the traffic
like
know
abreast.
on that.
New subscriber here. We need a Metroliner. Oh, Razbam had one for FSX. Yes, I had it, and it was great. Austin, I do remember that Razbam Metro. I remember that. That's crazy that you bring that up. Pattern is maneuvering at flaps 5, glide slope alive, gear down, flaps 15. Okay, yeah, so gear down at flaps 15. Well, that was my mistake. We're fine. We will survive. At or above 2,000 at Bobig. We're still below the slope. We probably should start down at 2,000, though. You can't do an altitude intervene when you are in altitude hold. I have a feeling we're going to get high on the slope here.
And Qantas 357, I'll defer to your knowledge on this. Would I be classed as an emergency with a gear failure or not?
Unless you want to assume all responsibility, I would declare an emergency for sure. Definitely declare. Alright, we are going to be... Let's go ahead and go. I have control. Autopilot's off. Could I level change this down? There we go. There it is. There, we got it all. VOR lope, glide slope. We've got it all. Starting the turn. Gear down. Yeah, Sydney traffic, Qantas flight 357. We just turned final for 34 right, Qantas, or Sydney. I thought we were landing at 34 left. We're landing at 34 right. All right, gears coming down. We're going to bug 138. I'm going to go ahead and bring the thrust levers back and disconnect them. Uh-oh.
Lurking in the background, but from now on I'll refer to this as being abreast of the stream lol.
Havoc, thanks for the $5 bank angle check, man. Appreciate you. I'll refer to this as being abreast of the stream.
1049, 95.
Thanks for the super bank angle check there, Havoc. Appreciate you.
We're just abreast at Tris at the moment.
All right, there we go. Flaps 40 for cinematic purposes. We're on slope. Gears down. Speed brake is armed. Look at flaps 40. Looks so good. Oh, recording is on. Fiber. It is a setting.
Okay,
it's a
I'll
setting in the
behind
FMC.
And just give myself an extended wind. Extended leg.
Speed, speed, speed.
And Sydney traffic, Qantas 1175. I'm on the left down with 34 left. 95 Whiskey Golf. Are you going 34 right or 34 left?
We're going 34 left. We're about to cross abreast Sausage. We'll sequence behind the traffic. I believe we'll be in front of you.
Okay, sounds good. I'll extend with downwind. I'll follow you in for Qantas 175.
Crikey.
Thanking you, sir.
Anytime.
And city traffic, Qantas 357. We're on 4 mile final now. 3-4 right. City. All right, down to land, clear to land. Speed brakes are armed. Power set, 138 there in the speed. A little bit better trim situation there. My heading bug is not synced up, which is kind of annoying. There we go, right about there. All right, we're looking good. Look at that ship down there. Oh, this is going to be a juicy replay. Look at flaps 40 on the Boeing. That's one thing I would give to the Boeing every single time. Flaps 40 just looks awesome. All right, well, we got high doing all that. Let's go ahead and get corrected here.
City traffic, speed 95 Whiskey Golf. We're turning at base for Sausage, sequencing in behind the Qantas.
Let's go ahead and come on down on the glide slope. Catching up
Sydney
to
traffic, Qantas flight 1175. We're going to change to runway 34 right for the emergency aircraft. We'll sequence in behind them, and we'll make a left base for final 34 right, Sydney.
a little bit of a quartering headwind there. 6 knots. Looking good. On speed, gears down, just a tad bit low on the glide slope, correcting. Alright, don't flare at 50 feet. Don't flare at 50 feet. Don't flare at 50 feet.
100. 50. 30. 20.
Check.
10.
Close. Hold the attitude. Float it out. Going for the butter. Reverser. We'll roll it to the end because we got a long taxi. We can make this taxiway right here.
9 will fully establish 34 left.
Going for the butter. A 0 feet per minute. That's right. That's how we do. Take that, flight deck to sim. A 0 feet per minute. I'm going to go ahead and need to clip that and send it to flight deck to sim because basically I'm a 737 pilot now.
For Speedbird, we'll try.
That was pretty buttery. I'll take it. I'll take it. A little floaty, but we definitely went for the butter. 0 feet per second abreast of the runway.
The doors are open.
I kind of want to see this emergency aircraft try to land. Which hydraulic system failed?
On second investigation, no hydraulic failure, just the gear failure. Didn't come down.
Ooh. Make sure you have normal brakes. All right, let's clean it up. We'll stop the recording. Flaps are coming up. Oh, look at that. I love... we might have to do another 737 stream. I love the flaps on the 737. Gosh, these flaps are so nice. PMDG, best flap sounds. And flap animations. I think they're even better than the Phoenix. That's a bold statement. I'll have to see with the IE. With the IE engines, we'll have to see the whole flap setup. I just want to say PMDG flaps. Everything flaps PMDG is number one.
Emergency aircraft fully established. 34 left. 15
All right,
miles
let's go ahead and
behind.
taxi in. That's good. We're cleared up. Let's go ahead and taxi to the gate. Yeah, we're going too slow for this. You better clean the butter off the runway. Yeah, theoretically, 0 feet per minute would be impossible. Sucking T-sound. I don't know. I don't know. What do you guys think? Phoenix flaps or PMDG flaps? I mean, Phoenix has the nice flap shake. But definitely Phoenix wing, I think. Phoenix wing, I think, is better than PMDG wing. But the whole flap animation and the sounds of how they like kind of slow down and get bogged down, pretty hard to beat, honestly. We're going to leave the lights on for replay. Need a new NOTAM, runway 34 right, caution, slippery, wet from butter. Alright, let's go ahead and we're going to taxi up to and hold short for this emergency aircraft. We want to see how he does here. Go ahead and stop here. I love setting the brake like that. Let's pretend we're a passenger and we're watching this situation. He's got his gear down. I should just key the radio, be like, oh, your gear's not down. Wait, was that the emergency aircraft? He's all down. I thought he was in an Airbus. Maybe not. Alright, nice landing there on the Qantas. Let's go ahead and continue taxi.
Yeah, he's behind me.
Oh, he's behind you. Alright, good. Well, we'll continue taxi then. To be honest with you, I watch a lot of streams, and I can tell you're the only person I ever get to see 0 feet per minute landing rates. Hey, you'll see a lot more than 0 feet per minute, too, if you stick around. Trust me. They're not all zeros.
traffic 12749, we'll clear.
Kingston Controller. Glad to have you stopping by, man. There's nothing like just hold short of the runway with an emergency plane landing on it. I know, right? All right, so the international is to the left. Domestic is to the right, right? Wow, look at the tower. I've never noticed that. That is a really cool looking tower. Sydney Tower. That is really sweet. I like it. I like this little Australia tour here we're having. Let's go ahead. I don't know if we're heavy or we just need a little taxi thrust here to keep rolling. All right, here he comes. Hold on. We gotta watch it. Set the brake. Let's see how this emergency landing is.
Same traffic 12749, crossing runway 5.
Let's see how he does here. We have flaps now? Ooh. Speedbird. He's down in the touchdown zone. Looks pretty good. Got IE engines. That's nice. All right. Pretty nicely done. Truck's rolling. Nicely done.
Say you cursed me. There's no brake.
I was gonna say, gotta watch this. Oh yeah, brakes release. Alternate braking memory items. Nose wheel steering off. Reverse maximum. Apply the brake pedals. If that still doesn't work, parking brake. Yeah, he's rolling. Is he gonna stop? Is he gonna stop? He actually has no brakes.
Shows the longest runway here.
Yeah. Yeah, good thing you didn't land on 3-4 right. Okay, went all the way to the end. That was pretty good. I'll be waiting to watch the Green Dot Aviation episode on that.
Same traffic 12749, we're expediting our crossover 34 left.
All right, let's go to the gate and get out of here. That was fun. I want to see that landing on replay. Got to cross a nice little bridge here. Mr. Hitman 3501, thank you for the $5 super chat. Sir, says Microsoft issues getting stuck on checking update. Don't relaunch your game. Uh-oh. Mr. Hitman 3501, well, thanks for the update. That's what I think Dougal was saying.
Sure, reverse thrust for turning off the runway is allowed, right?
That's why you declared an emergency. But Mr. Hitman, thank you for the $5 super chat. I will definitely not relaunch my game. Well, I'm planning to be wrapping it up here
Sydney
anyway.
traffic on flight at 1175 on final
looks like there
runway
is an
34
issue.
right, Sydney.
Fix posted above. Dougal, leave loading a few minutes. Kill your internet feed during checking for updates and turn it back on. Ideally, adapter settings for your Ethernet.
Speed run off the
Ooh.
vacate to 34 left.
All right, Dougal, I'm going to just not launch the game until tomorrow. Or I can't tomorrow. What's tomorrow? Tuesday? Ooh, I don't know. Do I fish tomorrow? I might go fish tomorrow. I want to do another flight. Not today. But Lauren said that the U.S. was going to be all alive tonight on VATSIM. I'm torn. I'm torn with what to do. Alright, clear left. Clear right. You were a few seconds from reinstalling the sim. Don't do that. They're looking into it right now. Alright, Hitman, thank you. Dougal and Hitman have the infos on that, so maybe we'll wrap it up here with this stream anyway and call it a night. We got to figure out our next flight. 737 or Fokker for the next one. That'll be a poll coming here to the members. We'll either be 737 or we'll be Fokker, or maybe we'll do. I was gonna say we'll do BAE, but we'll see. We could do a harbor tour in the Caravan. Yep,
City
new radar
traffic
client
one,
test server
11:35,
starts at
short
7
final 34
p.m.
right.
tonight. Whole country will be lit up. Do I ever fly any DCS? Rayman? Yeah, I do. I actually flew heavily in DCS a long time. before getting into civilian sim. Well, I shouldn't say that. I flew FSX, and then I basically took a break from FSX, got hardcore into the DCS for a long time. I then saw Q8 pilot videos on X-Plane 11, like when it first dropped. I was like, all right, I'm going to try X-Plane 11 out. Because I think I like downloaded or installed 10 and then uninstalled it. I dabbled in 10 very shortly. But I was all caught up in the DCS game. I still think Digital Combat Simulator, as far as flight dynamics goes, I don't know if I could say any other sim is better than DCS in that aspect. DCS is a phenomenal sim. Doesn't look as pretty as Microsoft. It looks good, but doesn't look as pretty.
Qantas 1175, vacated 3-4 right.
But the things that you can do and the things that are simulated, pretty fantastic. We're in Qantas right now, Dave Gamer, but we're on the Retro Roo, which I love that name. Retro Roo. Gosh, I love that. All right, ran out of juice here on the turn. Let's go ahead and park this sucker. Gate 57. Look at that. I didn't even plan that. All right, I know my lights are on. Get ready to erp. Oh. Erp. Oh, we came up short. Can't do that. Come on, come on. No more juice. Erp. Is that the erp line? Oh no, that's a premature erp line. Let's keep going. That's AJ's erp line. Let's keep going. Keep going. You get a triple erp. Triple erp today. Erp. That was awful. Brakes are set, I think. Yeah, I didn't have my feet on the brake pedals. Brakes are set. We're not going to shut down because we're going to go into replay mode. Let's do this. Let's go back here, make sure there's nobody else on. Short finale. Well, everything looks good, so we'll reset the cameras. Everybody's on the ground here in Sydney. Loved it. That was a beautiful flight. Multiple Qantases. Oh, look, there's that beat-up Airbus. He just taxied straight to the hard stand. That's pretty good. Gosh, look at this Sydney. Man, what a beautiful airport. Sydney is just beautiful, man. We're going to have to do a harbor tour. I think we have to do Sydney Harbor Tour. I think we have to do that on our next stream. I know I wanted to fly Fokker or 7-3. Maybe we can charter a Fokker flight or something. All right, let's get into the replay. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's go flaps 40. Napalm says, pop in to say hi. Back-to-back meetings all day. Eesh. Well, thanks for stopping by and saying hi. I appreciate you. Chopper Harbor Tour. Lauren, I so badly want to do that because I have like a collective, a cyclic, everything, but I don't have it set up. But how awesome would that be if I set up and we did a harbor? Is there anything where if the Milviz Huey was in the sim, I would do it?
Sydney traffic, Qantas 1175, crossing runway 25.
Maybe we do the H145. Would you guys want to see that? That would take some serious setup on my part. I have to get everything plugged in and reinstalled. But it could be very memorable. Although the H145 is an Airbus helicopter. I want to fly like a real helicopter. All right, replay mode. Here it is. We'll disconnect from VATSIM. Replay is on. We'll let it load in here. Let's see what we got here. This was turn and final. Let's spice up the sun time. Let's make it a sunrise because why do replays at midday if you don't have to? And I think real time, it's like sunrise right now, real time in Sydney, isn't it? Probably close to 6 a.m. Let's say it's, matter of fact, let's just go ahead and say it's about 6 o'clock in the morning. Oh, yes. Look at this. That's a screenshot worthy right there. Bell 206, is it good? There's no Bell 206 in Microsoft, right? Chikatori, just get the replay that I have, man. Get Flight Recorder. It's simple. It works with everything. PMDG it works really well with. Phoenix it works really well with. It's the best replay thing out there. It's better than the default one in my opinion because you get animations and everything too. Airbus copters can fly upside down, but A3 Captain implies they are too mid. Hey, just speaking facts, Delta Tango. Give me a Huey, man. I want a twin Huey or just a regular Huey. It'd be awesome. All right, let's see how this approach did here from the wing view. I can only imagine the water there in the morning. Nice, warm, coastal breeze coming in here. Straight wing Boeing for the win. If you haven't already, please smash down that like button for the straight wing 737 ops. No flight to live, no second leg today. We're just going to get a nice little replay here. A little loud. DCS KC-10. Rather see the DCS Huey. Hey, if DCS had a Sydney Harbor map, I would do it. I would do it. Oh, that was pretty juicy, chat. That appeared pretty juicy. I had an issue with one of my reversers, it seemed like. That one stayed in reverse. I think it was just fluctuating from idle to full. Let's go ahead and wind that back because that seemed pretty juicy. Oh my gosh. That was a zero. Chat. That was a zero. We've had some fake zeros. This was a real 0 feet per minute right here. We were basically just dragging the tires on. Watch this right here. They're like, okay, drag it on. I mean, that was sick. So the reverser was out, Jeremy. It looks like it was just it was fluctuating from idle to full. But you know, like I said, we've had some fake zeros before. This one was a real zero, I think. Nose gear came down at 5 feet per minute. Main gear was 0. I agree with that assessment, Bosco. I agree. I feel like I'm back on a lot 7.6 from Poland and people clapping after the landing. Hey, you can clap for this one, chat. You can clap for this one. We'll watch a couple more here, and then we're gonna bounce out of here.
Terrain.
Oh yeah, look
Too
at
low. Terrain.
coming over the water here. We never saw this wing view. All right, chat. I don't know when the next stream will be. I'm gonna try to make it for tomorrow. We'll see. There could be a pop-up one tonight. It could be Wednesday. You never know on the V1 channel, so you just need to make sure you are subscribed, make sure your notifications are on, and if you do use Discord, make sure you're in the Discord because that's when I typically will post out a soft ping either the day of or day before, and then a hard ping right before the stream starts. So, with that said, I will let you guys enjoy a few more replays, and we're going to wrap it up. Thursday night lineup in the USA, that's right. If you are wanting some VATSIM control tonight, 7 p.m., all of USA is going to be online, so that's also an option. Thank you all for tuning into the stream. I hope you had a nice time with me this afternoon on this Monday. Hope to see you again here pretty soon. Until the next stream, stay safe, stay healthy. I'm V1. See ya.